25 years ago, a woman named Evelyn lived in a small, happy home with her husband, Thomas. They were not rich, but they had a lot of love. One rainy Tuesday, Evelyn gave birth to their first and only son, Samuel. But joy turned into a nightmare. On his way to the hospital to see his new son, Thomas was involved in a terrible car accident. He died before he could even hold his baby. Evelyn was broken-hearted. Thomas's family was greedy. They came to her house and took the little money Thomas had left. They told her, "You are a poor widow now. You will never amount to anything." Evelyn looked at her crying baby and wiped her tears. She remembered a proverb her grandmother told her, "Where there is a will, there is a way." She decided that her son would never beg for bread, but she also decided that he must learn to be a strong man, not a spoiled child. Evelyn moved to a small old house in a poor part of town. Every morning at 5 a.m., she went to the market. She bought corn and vegetables. By the afternoon, she was sitting by the roadside, roasting corn in the heat of the sun. People called her Mama Sam. They felt sorry for her. They thought she was barely surviving, but Evelyn was very smart. She saved every penny. At night, while Samuel slept, she read books about business and the stock market. She used a small hidden computer to buy shares in big companies. Years passed. The corn business was her mask. Behind that mask, Evelyn was becoming a very wealthy woman. She bought land, she bought houses, and she owned many shops in the city. But she never bought a new car. She never bought expensive jewelry. She stayed in her small house. She told herself, "Still waters run deep." She didn't want the world to see her wealth. She wanted Samuel to grow up working hard. Samuel grew up believing they were poor. He saw his mother's clothes were always faded. He saw her struggle to pay his school fees. One day, Samuel said, "Mom, I want a new bicycle. All my friends have one." Evelyn looked at him and said, "Samuel, money does not grow on trees. If you want a bicycle, you must work for it." So, 12-year-old Samuel started washing cars for the neighbors. It took him 6 months, but he finally bought his bicycle. He felt so proud. Evelyn watched him and smiled. She knew that easy come, easy go. If she had just given him the money, he wouldn't value the bike. Samuel studied very hard. He went to the university and became a civil engineer. He promised his mother, "Mom, I will work hard so you can stop roasting corn. I will give you a better life." Evelyn just nodded and said, "Hard work pays. Just focus on being a good man." When Samuel started working at a big engineering firm, he met Vanessa. Vanessa was very beautiful, but she was also very proud. She came from a family that liked to show off. She thought that poor people were dirty and uneducated. Samuel fell in love with her. He told her, "My mother is a simple woman. She raised me alone. I want you to meet her." Vanessa laughed. "Oh, Samuel, I'm sure she's a lovely old lady. I will be very kind to her." But in her heart, Vanessa thought, "I will just tolerate her because Samuel is a handsome engineer with a good future." One Saturday, Samuel took Vanessa to his mother's small house. Evelyn was waiting for them. She wore her oldest wrapper and a simple blouse. She had cooked a local meal of pounded yam and soup. When Vanessa stepped into the house, she covered her nose with a silk scarf. "Samuel!" Vanessa screamed. "Is this where your mother lives? It smells like smoke and old walls." Samuel felt ashamed. "Vanessa, please, this is my home." Evelyn came out of the kitchen. "Welcome, my daughter," she said with a kind smile. Vanessa didn't shake her hand. She looked at Evelyn's rough, calloused hands. "You are the corn seller everyone talks about? My goodness, Samuel, you didn't tell me your mother was a peasant." They sat down to eat. Vanessa pushed the plate away. "I cannot eat this. This food is for poor people. My stomach is too delicate for this." She turned to Evelyn and said, "Listen, old woman. When I marry Samuel, you will not be coming to our house. I cannot have my high society friends seeing a mother-in-law who looks like a beggar. Birds of a feather flock together, and you are definitely not our kind." Samuel stood up, angry. "Vanessa, that is enough." Evelyn raised her hand. She was calm. She said, "My daughter, don't judge a book by its cover. A person's value is not found in their clothes, but in their heart." S.K.A. Vanessa laughed loudly. "That is what poor people say to make themselves feel better. You are poor, you are dirty, and you are a disgrace to Samuel's career." Vanessa left the house in a rage. Samuel went after her. But they had a big fight. Vanessa told him, "Choose me or your poor mother. I cannot be associated with the corn seller." Samuel didn't even think twice. He remembered all the years his mother worked in the sun for him. He said, "Blood is thicker than water. My mother is my hero. If you cannot respect her, you do not love me." He broke up with Vanessa that day. Samuel went back inside and cried. Evelyn hugged him. "Don't worry, my son. Every cloud has a silver lining. This is a good thing. You have seen her true character before it was too late." A year later, Samuel met a girl named Grace. Grace was a teacher. She was not from a rich family, but she was very kind. When Samuel took Grace to see his mother, Grace didn't cover her nose. Instead, she took off her shoes and helped Evelyn in the kitchen. She hugged Evelyn and said, "Thank you for raising such a wonderful man." Evelyn watched them together. She saw that Grace loved Samuel for who he was, not for his money or his job. Evelyn knew it was finally time. Good things come to those who wait. The wedding of Samuel and Grace was held at a simple church. Vanessa heard about the wedding and decided to come with her friends just to mock them. Vanessa stood at the back of the church. "Look at them," she whispered to her friends, "a poor engineer and a cheap teacher. They probably bought the wedding cake on credit." Suddenly, the music changed. A line of 12 black Rolls-Royce cars pulled up to the church. Men in black suits, private security guards, opened the doors. A woman stepped out. She was wearing a gown made of the finest lace, covered in real pearls. She wore a diamond set that sparkled like the sun. She looked like a queen. It was Evelyn. The whole church went silent. Vanessa's jaw dropped. "Is that the corn seller?" Evelyn walked to the front. She took the microphone. She looked at her son and his new wife. "Samuel," she said, "for 25 years I lived a simple life. I let you believe we were poor because I wanted you to be a man of character. I wanted you to know that honesty is the best policy and that hard work is the only way to success." She then looked at the crowd, her eyes passing over Vanessa. "Today, I am revealing the truth. I am the founder and CEO of the Hidden Star Group. I own the buildings you work in. I own the banks you save in. I have billions in my accounts, but my greatest wealth is my son's heart." She turned to Grace. "Grace, because you loved my son when you thought he had nothing, I am gifting you and Samuel a mansion in the city and $5 million to start your foundation for children." Vanessa tried to run to the front. "Mama Samuel, wait! I was just joking that day. I always loved you." Evelyn looked at her and said coldly, "You cannot eat your cake and have it too. You showed me your heart when you thought I was poor. Now that I am rich, your words mean nothing." The bridge is burnt. Samuel and Grace had a beautiful life. They remained humble. Evelyn continued to help the poor, but she never went back to the corn stand. She often told her grandchildren, "Pride goes before a fall. Always be kind to everyone you meet. You never know if the person you are insulting today is the person who owns the world tomorrow." And so, the corn seller's secret became a legend of love, hard work, and the power of a mother's wisdom.